Let's move on to your relationship with Mr. Epstein. When did you first meet Jeffrey Epstein?
Probably 35 years ago, 40 years ago, I don't remember exactly. And met him through friends.
Approximately what year would you have met him?
Probably between 80 and 85. I don't remember.
And how did you first come to meet Mr. Epstein?
It was really by accident. I was friends with a couple, Bob and Wendy Meister, and I was in Florida, and I'd never been to Florida. So they were driving me around, showing me what South Florida looked like, and they showed me the Breakers Hotel, and they were just driving around the driveway, and Bob stopped the car and he said, "There's somebody you should meet." Really smart, savvy guy named Jeffrey Epstein. And so they stopped the car. I was sitting in the back seat, and they introduced me to Jeffrey, and we drove off. That was about it.
So at that time, you had no knowledge of Mr. Epstein until Mr. Meiser introduced you to him?
Never heard of him, never saw him, never met him.
Did Mr. Meiser ever raise any concerns about Mr. Epstein?
No, he didn't.
And you meet him in Florida. What's your first impression of Mr. Epstein?
Kind of a medium, dark-haired guy. I don't remember saying much more hello, shaking his hands, or maybe nodding from the back seat of the car.
What was your first impression of Mr. Epstein?
He was just a guy, about medium height and with dark hair.
At that time, did you have any understanding of what he did for work?
No.
Did you understand Mr. Epstein to already be wealthy when you met him?
No.
At this time, I would like to introduce what will be marked as Majority Exhibit 4. This is a Vanity Fair article entitled Inside Jeffrey Epstein's Bond with Les Wexner from 2021. The article reports on the origins of your relationship with Mr. Wexner.
Give me one more. What? Give me one.
I hate this stuff.
I'll note a hearsay objection for the record.
I'm sorry.
I'll note a hearsay objection for the record.
Well, for the record here, federal rules of evidence do not apply to congressional depositions.
I'm noting my objection. I'm not instructing him not to answer. I'm noting that this is hearsay. That's all.
Okay.
So in the article, it says that you met Epstein sometime around 1986. Consistent with your testimony today, it says that you were introduced by Mr. Meiser. Do you agree with the article's characterization?
I don't know. I remember seeing the article.
Do you agree with the article's characterization that you met Mr. Epstein through Mr. Meiser?
Objection. What character? You said he didn't read it. What characterization are you referring to?
Go off the record. So you previously testified that Mr. Meiser introduced you to Epstein. Is that right?
Meiser.
Meiser.
Bob and Wendy introduced me to Jeffrey Epstein.
And at that time, what was your relationship with Bob and Wendy Meiser?
Well, I met Bob because he was a international insurance broker, and they had our insurance business, And Bob wanted me to meet his wife, and Bob and Wendy became friends.
Did you trust Mr. Meister with advice?
Well, I trust him with insurance advice because that's what he did. He was the vice chairman of an international insurance company, but I didn't trust him like for business advice or anything beyond the scope of what his profession was.
I want to direct your attention to page 9 of the article. And we're specifically looking at the paragraph, the 6th paragraph from the bottom. It starts in September 1997. And when you're ready, I'll read the relevant.
Just let him finish.
I just read that paragraph.
Okay. It reads, in September 1997, Wexner celebrated his 60th birthday with a dinner at his Ohio estate. Meister says he used the occasion to once again tell Wexner how untrustworthy Epstein was. My wife and I told him and Abigail hundreds of times to stay away from Epstein. Mr. Wexner, do you recall this occurring?
Objection, double hearsay.
Are you directing your witness to not answer the question?
No. I will direct the witness not to answer if that's my intent. I'm just raising an objection for the record.
I first thing to understand is I never had a birthday party for myself. In fact, I never had birthday parties. My mom and dad just didn't do that. And Abigail's been great because every milestone birthday has been a surprise party. And I think, I don't remember for sure, but the 60th birthday party, if Senator Lieberman was there and Marshall Rose was there, Shimon Peres was there, John Glenn was there, Max Fisher was there. And I don't think Meister was there.
Let me ask you a different question.
So he never said this. He wasn't there. He never said this.
Let me ask you a different question, Mr. Wexner. Do you recall Mr. Meister and his wife repeatedly warning you to stay away from Epstein?
Never.
I want to now direct your attention to the 5th page. And we are looking at the 6th full paragraph.
The one that starts soon after?
Yes.
I assume it's okay for me to help him identify the right paragraph.
Yes.
Yeah, I just read it.
For the record, it reads, soon after introducing Wexner and Epstein, Meister started hearing disturbing stories about Epstein's sexual proclivities. Think of whatever the worst thing anyone could do is, and Epstein did them all, Meister said. Did Meister ever express concerns related to Mr. Epstein's sexual proclivities?
Never.
Objection, double hearsay. He answered.
Never.
The very next sentence continues, Mr. Epstein showed up unannounced at Meister's Park Avenue apartment with 5 models for Meister's sexual entertainment. Epstein thought he was bringing me a gift, according to Mr. Meister. Were you aware of this occurring?
Objection, double hearsay.
No,
Did Mr. Epstein ever present you with women for your sexual entertainment?
absolutely not.
Mr. Wexner,
Are we done? Are we done with that exhibit?
we are. Mr. Wexner, at any time, did Jeffrey Epstein ever inform or represent to you that he was a part of any intelligence service of any nation, including the United States?
Absolutely not.
Did you ever learn that he was involved with any intelligence service?
Never. Never.
Let's move on to talking about Miss Maxwell. When did you first meet Ghislaine Maxwell?
Probably about the time that I got engaged to Abigail. So, must have been about 1990.
And do you recall how you met Miss Maxwell?
Well, Jeffrey wanted me to meet the person he was going to marry, and I was engaged to Abigail. And period.
Do you have any recollection of where you met Miss Maxwell?
No.
And based on your testimony, is it fair to say that Mr. Epstein introduced you to Maxwell?
Absolutely, yeah, sure.
And you mentioned it previously, but what was your understanding of Miss Maxwell's relationship to Mr. Epstein?
I don't know. They dated, they were in love, they were going to get married.
Were they, would you characterize it as a monogamous relationship?
I thought so.
So during this period, you had no knowledge of Mr. Epstein ever having any relationship with any man or woman besides Miss Maxwell?
No. Didn't.
How would you characterize your relationship with Miss Maxwell?
Like, Wendy Meister was Bob's wife, and we were friendly and friends. I met Ghislaine Maxwell because she was Jeffrey's girlfriend, fiance. It never went beyond that. I knew she was smart. I think she was an honors graduate of Cambridge or something. So she was like, spoke with an English accent. So I thought he was really lucky because he finally met somebody that was really smart and nice.
And you said that Miss Maxwell was Epstein's fiance, so it was your understanding that they were engaged to be married?
I don't remember if they were engaged to be married or they were planning to get married, but I was engaged and they talked about they were going to get married, so I don't know if it was engagement or just they both agreed.
During your relationship with Miss Maxwell, how often did you see her?
Very few times.
Mr. Wexner, the committee is investigating the circumstances surrounding Mr. Epstein and Miss Maxwell and the trafficking of young women, trafficking and sexual abuse of young women or girls. Did Miss Maxwell ever introduce you to any young woman or girl?
No, I don't think she ever introduced me to any female or man.
Did Miss Maxwell ever ask you to introduce a young woman or girl to your friends or associates?
No.
Did you ever introduce any young woman or girl that you met through Miss Maxwell to any of your friends or associates?
Objection assumes in fact not in evidence.
Your client is still urgent to answer the question.
That's fine.
Repeat the question. I think the answer is no, but let's.
Did you ever introduce any woman or girl that you met through Miss Maxwell to any of your friends or associates?
No, never.
Did Miss Maxwell ever visit your home in New Albany, Ohio?
I don't recall.
We're going to discuss your business relationship with Mr. Epstein in more detail later, but did Miss Maxwell ever play a role in your business relationship with Epstein?
Oh, never, none.
During your relationship with Miss Maxwell, did she ever represent or inform you that she was a part of any intelligence service of any nation, including the United States?
No.
Did you ever meet Ghislaine's father, Robert Maxwell?
No.
When did you hire Mr. Epstein to officially work for you?
I think it was about the mid-'80s.
Do you have any recollection of how long you knew Mr. Epstein prior to you hiring him?
Not specifically. Maybe I met him and that visited in the car, and maybe it was 6 months or a year later that I asked Bob about. I needed somebody to help me, and I think he said, "Did you talk to Jeffrey Epstein?" And I think so. I'm guessing from when I met him first to actually having a conversation, it was probably a year.
Just to clarify, that's not actually the time that you hired him, though. That's the time you had the conversation.
Yeah, I don't. Yes, that's.
For the record, you don't recall the exact dates that you hired him.
No, I don't.
Another member of Congress has joined us. Can she please introduce herself for the record?
Yeah, I represent the 12th Congressional District in Michigan.
Oh, hi.
And Mr. Wexner, can you raise your voice just a little bit?
He is trying. I keep telling him he's trying.
Speak more loudly.
Would it help better if I sat more in the middle?
We have the video
Okay.
set up.
Okay, I'll try to speak louder. If I'm not speaking, if you wave or something, it'll remind me.
Mr. Wexner, would you characterize your relationship with Mr. Epstein, at least initially, to be solely business related?
Yes,
Did you at any time ever consider him to be a close friend?
no,
How often did you interact with Mr. Epstein throughout your relationship?
probably a lot of phone conversations, but meetings, didn't see him much. Most of the stuff, I was traveling a lot because of business. So, and it was erratic. I mean, he might call 3 times in an hour and I'd talk to him for 3 months. That's how I remember it.
When you were interacting with Mr. Epstein, did you enjoy spending time with him?
Well, enjoyment was fun. No, it was work.
Can you elaborate on that? What were the nature of your interactions with Mr. Epstein?
like professional, this is what's going on. Have you paid this bill? Do you know about that? Or, I took an inventory of your house, and no one had ever taken an inventory of your furniture. Do you know how much furniture you have? And it was like, no, I never thought about it. Well, I know, you should know that I have an inventory. Things are buttoned up. It was like what an author would, I don't think, how can I explain it? It's like people talk about family offices, and I'd managed all my stuff, or my admin paid my bills because I was so busy. And I realized there was a complexity in my personal life, and somebody had to just do this stuff because it wasn't getting done properly. And so it was like, professional, I guess what a fiduciary would do, more than what just your accountant would do or your lawyer would do. And something I thought was unfair for my secretary to do.